That's better. Let's see if I can do this. Yes. Thank you for coming in, Dwitty Donna. I wanna rock. Vicky Fitch. Ginger Latte. Max Crane 10X. First thing he did is invited people. You're awesome, Max Crane. Good morning. Good morning, Diamond Q. Good morning, Raj B. Thanks for being in here. You Ford. Stephanie for being in here. Real estate auction. Love real estates. Thank you. Hey, thanks so much, Matt Crane. You are awesome, my brother. Vicky Fitch is another phenomenal person. I love you guys. Hey, Myron Gray. It's been a while. I haven't seen you in a minute, Myron. Good to see you, bro. Thank you so much, Matt Crane. You guys gotta check out Matt Crane. Phenomenal guy, business coach, based in Tennessee. Just awesome guy, doing great things, interviewing a lot of great people. Has a great show called Mad Mandy Show. I was on it last week. Hey man, you gotta grind, get that money, Myron. I get it. Sorry, I'm listening to classic rock. Vicky Fitch. You gotta follow Vicky Fitch too. She's a direct sales expert. You gotta check her out. Someone is parked beside me, and that's a Porsche. Can't remember if it's a Carrera or it looks like a Carrera. Things to aspire to. All right, guys, do me a favor. I always ask you guys to do me a huge favor. Today is Friday. I need you guys to do me a huge favor and share this out with your friends and followers. A lot of you who know who I am, please share this out to your friends and followers. Hey, Stephanie, how's it going? Wendy Glitters, Wendy Sonka, good. Thanks for being in here. Invite your friends, invite your followers in here. Pastor TV Oils or TV Oils. You look like Seal. I was taking it back for us. I've gotten it before, man. I've gotten that a lot of times. I missed that last thing. Hey, Stephanie. Hey, Sharon. Sharon had an amazing summit last weekend. I'm still reeling from that. Please do me a favor and share this to everybody you know. Mind Transform, another great motivational guy. He's another guy you should peep out. He's just talking about your mindset, getting in the right place. And today's going to be a quick mindset scope. Thank you, Kim Inspired. Anybody, if you're new here in my scopes, please do me a huge favor and put a one in the chat box so I know what to say and how I can craft who I am, so that I give you who I am rather than the people who are regularly in here. I figured, so I'm seeing a lot of people I don't really recognize. So thanks for sharing. Please do me a favor and share with your friends and followers throughout. Let me tell you who I am, and I'm going to go into my message relatively quickly. My name is ebongeka. I'm a certified public accountant in the Washington, D.C. area. I am also the author of the best-selling business book, Start Me Up, The No Business Plan. I always have copies in my car. In addition to that, I'm the founder of Economics. That's EKANOMICS. We do life and business strategy. So whatever, if you have a goal in your life that you're trying to accomplish, we show you the path to get there. If you have a goal in your business you're trying to accomplish, we'll show you the system to get there. Everything in life has a system, right? The people who succeed, who do better in life, they are able to hack the system. That's the main thing. Thank you, Mind Transform. I really appreciate that. If you want to get a copy of my book, you can get the book at Barnes & Noble. You can get the book online on Amazon. And you can also get the book from me directly, where I sign an autograph for you, send your personal message at startmeupbook.com. Thank you, Sharon. I saw Sandy sneak in here. Sandy has a wonderful blog called Yes, I Am Cheap. I did an interview with her, as well as Ginger Latte, who's on here as well last week. Ebook is also on Kindle and the Nook. So Kenneth, Kenneth, you can get it on Amazon or Barnes & Noble's at Kindle and the Nook. So you can get that on an e-reader. It's not an actual, I'm not sending it directly as an ebook. So you can get an e-reader, or you can also get the physical copy. So I really appreciate you guys being here. A lot of the scopes I do are motivational, small business, and media related. So to show you stuff. So the reason why I do media a lot is because I'm also a TV finance contributor. So I do a lot of small business. I talk about small business and the economy on Fox News, MSNBC, CNN, Rise Television. I'm also a blogger for the Huffington Post. I'm also a blogger for Office Depot. And I do a lot of other things like that in that realm. So that's kind of encompasses what I do. Now, a lot of my scopes tend to be motivational. Thank you for saying what you said in there, Kim. You are phenomenal. Kim is an amazing direct sales person as well. She's someone you should follow. She also has a motivational side as well, which is great. She's growing. Thank you for inviting your friends, guys, who are in here. You also work in life insurance. Very new to the business. Hey, that's awesome, Pastor. That's really cool. Thank you so much. That's also really cool about life insurance. Hey, it's about sales. And so what I'm going to talk to you guys today about, first time here, so please, if it's your first time here, yes, please subscribe. Follow me. It's gonna be great. I do scopes every single day, usually around this time in the morning. I don't have a set date, but I do it just before I walk into my office. So I do it every single morning, sometimes on the weekends. So I really appreciate it. Simply Sade, thanks for coming back. You are phenomenal. Now, have any of you ever heard that saying by Abraham Lincoln? If you give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, I will spend 4 hours sharpening my axe. Do I support Starbucks? I don't know. I don't know what the question is. Thank you, Vicky Fitch. So if you guys have heard that saying before? Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, I'll spend 4 hours sharpening my axe. I love that. All right. So this is the thing. You're right. That's a good point. Preparation is the key. But here's another point I want to share with you. The importance of that. It's the importance of having tools, having the right tools. Okay? I want to ask you guys a simple question, all of you. Are you wasting? There's so many people in life, right? So there's hey, Coach Sam, thanks for being in here. So there's so many people in life who hear that quote. Abraham Lincoln spends 4 hours out of the 6 sharpening his axe, getting his tools ready, right? But a lot of people in life who are struggling spend an hour sharpening their axe, and then they spend the other 5 hours chopping down trees. And then they never get to where they know they can be. They never get to their potential. So this thing is very simple. Are you a tire kicker when it comes to information? Are you a tire kicker when it comes to meeting somebody, a mentor, and getting advice and information from other people? Are you the kind of person that's a cynic when somebody comes and talks to you and says, hey, I got some information, maybe you should consider it? Are you the kind of person that doesn't read books on a regular basis? I read 3 to 4 books a month. Why? Not because I want to brag, not to impress you, because I think for me personally, it's imperative that I get my mind in a place where I'm operating at a peak potential. And so you gotta ask yourself, for me, that's a form of sharpening my axe. You gotta ask yourself, are you sharpening your axe? Right? So there's so many people who are struggling with sales, or struggling with their business, or struggling in their life, they're struggling with what they're doing. What are you doing to add value to yourself so that you can reach your goal and get your mission and get to your potential? Right? So ask yourself a simple question. How long are you sharpening your axe? And so my goal, thank you so much, Donna, right? Think and Grow Rich is great. You can read some of the classics. So here's some simple principles you can do, right? Simple principles. Think and Grow Rich is a great book. I love that book. Napoleon Hill. I've also met somebody else from the Napoleon Hill Society, Greg Reed, who wrote another amazing book called 3 Feet from Gold. And he writes for the Napoleon Hill Foundation on a regular basis, different books and things like that. So I love that book completely. So now I'm going to give you some simple tips that you guys can implement on a Friday in the event that you believe that you're not sharpening your axe long enough. What's going on, Jasmine? How you feeling? Thank you for being in the scope. A lot of people, the mistake that they make, hey, what's going on, Matt? The mistake that they make is that they spend majority of their time chopping down trees. Action is great. I love action. But again, you got to get the right knowledge. Again, you got to get the right tools. Again, you got to get the right people in your 5. And what I mean by having the right people in your 5 is the right friends and influences, because you are the average of your 5 closest friends. If you hang around 4 broke people, you yourself will be broke. There's a reason why the mob mentality proliferates when something bad happens. People will congregate, and then the decision making becomes uniform. As a result, everybody follows each other. People become followers. So you have to understand it. The person who leaves that situation becomes a trailblazer. It makes it harder. It's harder on them emotionally. It's harder on them from a social perspective. And so the reality is, the more you sharpen your axe, the stronger you become and who you're supposed to be, the better chance you have of weathering that storm when a lot of people around you aren't understanding or listening as to why you're not doing what everybody else is doing. People giving you advice, they're giving you opinions disguised as advice. You're reading the news and the media rather than focusing on who you can become and who you're supposed to be. Thank you, Amber Aziza, for inviting people. Amber Aziza is another phenomenal business coach. You should check out her scopes. She has a lot of straight, no chaser business tips for you to learn and for you to get to a good place in life. Developmental toughness, exactly. But again, Myron Gray, one of the things about developing mental toughness, it comes from reference experiences. And part of the way you get reference experiences is from reading and acquiring the knowledge that you can apply. It coming from a place where you can separate yourself from other people who aren't doing the things that you know that add value to who you are. And so you're absolutely right. But mental toughness comes over, just like any other change in life, will come over a substantial period of time. It won't be overnight. So for some of you, it'd be hard. Like, it's Friday. At 5 o'clock, people are going to TGI Fridays to drink martinis at half price, right? While there's somebody else who's going into the lab to work on their project, on their vision, on their goal, getting ready. They're sharpening their axe. Everybody else is chopping down trees, and they wonder why the tree never falls. They're trying to chop down trees with butter knives while I'm sitting at home sharpening my axe every single day. It's a grind, exactly. It's grind time, and you never really see the fruit of your labor until after the grind is over. But to see too many people will count the cost of skipping happy hour, not spending time with your friends, not going to that movie every week, not sitting at home watching reruns of Friends or Seinfeld or something else. You see what I'm saying? And so a lot of people got to understand it. You got to ask yourself a simple question. How much time am I spending sharpening my axe? Now, what does that really mean, sharpening your axe? I'll tell you that in a second. Let me just remind you who I am. Thank you, Vitamin B Shot, for being in here. Legends never die. That's true. This is for me. Thank you so much, Wendy. I love it. Coach Sam, Beth Hoover, good to see you in here. My name is Ebongeka. I'm a certified public accountant in the Washington, D.C. area. I'm also the author of the best-selling business book, Start Me Up, the No Business Plan Business Plan. In addition to that, I'm the founder of Economics. We focus on your mission, your mindset, and your money. $500 per hour mindset. What are you losing when you waste that? Exactly. And so a lot of people don't do that. And so I'm not saying, look, let's just get it clear. I'm not telling you guys don't watch stuff. I'm not saying, hey, Taboo from Leesburg, Georgia. Hey, Leesburg, Georgia. Good to see you, Taboo. I'm not saying don't watch TV. I'm not saying don't go to the movies. I'm not saying go to dinner. I'm not saying any of that stuff. You know in yourself, you know what time, you know how you're spending your time. It's not a surprise, right? You know if you're wasting it versus spending it to enrich yourself and to get closer to your goals and to your visions. Plain and simple. There has to be a sacrifice. Do not make the mistake and believe the narrative where people are telling you that it's going to be this balance. It almost never exists. You have to make a decision as to what you want. Plain and simple. So when you go work at a company, you're like, I want a work-life balance. I want to work 9 to 5, but I want to get paid a lot. It's not going to happen because you got to bring value. There are people who are getting paid a lot for working less, but again, they bring exponential value. You got to get it. It's not that difficult, not that deep. So you got to ask yourself a question. What value am I bringing, right, by sharpening my axe? What's the title of his book? Which book? My book? Hi, Javida Loca. Living Javida Loca. What's going on, Jets fans? Thanks for inviting followers. You are awesome. My book is called Start Me Up, the No Business Plan Business Plan. And that's me right there. You can get it on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, where else? Yeah, Nook, Kindle. You can get it from me directly, and if you get it from me, I will autograph it for you and then leave a little note. I might even add a little present for the rest of the month. You can go pick it up. You can go to startmeupbook.com. Literally, see the title in red, Start Me Up, and then put book at the end of that.com. Basically, it's an easier way to start a business without a business plan. How can I get it from you? NM Wife Beaters. Yep, there we go. Mind Transform, you are awesome. Coach Sam, you are awesome. There it is, startmeupbook.com if you want to get it from me directly. When you order it, I literally ship it the next day. And then right now for the rest of the month, we're adding another thing you can get on Amazon as well. You get our Barnes & Nobles. It's actually in the stores as well. If you get it from me directly, I add a little gift. I give you a little gift that you may like, hopefully, for the rest of the month. So I just want to remind you again, are you sharpening your axe? Plain and simple. You got to call yourself accountable. I'm not right now. I was. But there are times when I got to call myself out. So let's not get it twisted. I'm not sitting here telling you things. I'm telling myself the same thing I say to you. Economics.com. Thank you so much, Sonia's dad. Mind Transform, you are awesome. Give me 6 hours. I'll self-contract it out and move the next job. Exactly. Thank you so much, guys, for the love and everything that you're saying. But I want to remind you guys, I call myself out too. You got to understand that when I'm saying these messages, these are things that I've experienced. I'm not just making it up. These are things that I've experienced, I've gone through. They're things that I should be closer to finishing a course that I'm supposed to launch. I'm closer, but I would have been finished sooner had I not wasted some time in certain areas. So again, when I call myself out, I use that to share a message with you guys, because you guys deserve the same thing. I'm trying to be very, very transparent. You guys see it. Some of my scopes you see where I'm almost crying every day. I'm trying to be very, very transparent, because it's easy to be that way than it is for me to try and hide and stuff. What's going on, Vicky Fitch? You are phenomenal. The Auburn Assassin. You do have to go. Yeah, exactly. We'll caucus ourselves. You got to call yourself out. You got to look yourself in the mirror. You owe yourself an explanation. Plain and simple. Hey, good morning, Nicole Hawk. Look in the mirror and say to yourself, am I doing everything I should be doing to provide for my family, to provide for my life, to provide for my community, to live my life of purpose? I got to ask myself that same question. If I'm not, I know what I need to start doing. Plain and simple. Why? Because we were not all born to come here to pay bills and die. You deserve to be wealthy. You deserve to be a millionaire. You deserve to make money. I don't want to hear that thing about, I don't want to make that much money. I just want to make, that's all a bunch of BS. We all aspire for something more. As human beings, we differ from animals because we have imagination, but we also aspire for more. So do not tell yourself, do not settle. Do not look to things that you think you are in the Bible, like the love of money and all that stuff. It's wrong, because that's not what it says. And that's not the whole context of it. Don't look to people. You're not a monk. You're not trying to do any of those things either. You're need to get to a place where you can provide for people in your life and community. Yes, money isn't everything, but it ranks up there with oxygen. Exactly, Kim. You know, because with the money, you can do a lot more. How many of you have anxiety because you're concerned about your money? Most of the world is concerned has anxiety and fear because they're concerned about their money. How many of you would be working where you're working if you had all the money you needed? Then don't tell yourself a story that is not about the money. It's this and that. It's all a bunch of BS, right? The closer you accept that, as soon as you accept that, the more your mindset will start going to thinking about what you deserve and what you believe you deserve. That's it. If you believe you deserve to be enriched, you will do the things that leads to enrichment. That's how it works. When you believe you can get up and walk, you will do the things that provide you the ability to get up and walk. So, the wealth of wisdom is reserved for us to expand the kingdom. Whatever. Yeah, whatever you say. Yeah, the wealth of wisdom. I'm not even trying to get into all that, right? It's all about having abundance, right? It's all about having abundance. So, again, it's very hard for you to give your time to worthy causes if you're worried about working. If you got to work 40 hours, 50 hours, 100 hours a week, right? It's very hard and difficult for you to give money to worthy causes if you don't have any. It's very hard for you to influence other people in your community if you're just on the same level as them. You don't have any other way to separate yourself. Does that make sense? And so with that, I want you to sharpen your axe. I want you to focus on your dreams and goals. But in order to get to that place, you have to sharpen your axe. Let me give you 2 little points about sharpening your axe, and then I got to bounce. When I wrote that book in 3 months. You know how I sharpened my axe for that? I spent the last 2 to 3 years before I got the book deal writing proposals and queries every other day for 2 years. I got over 250 no's. Okay, 250 no's from publishers and literary agents. But I continue to be consistent in writing. Why? What made it easier for me is when they came to me and said, hey, Abong, we want to do a book deal with you. You got to write this book in 3 months. The reason I was able to write that book in 3 months, I spent the last 3 years writing. You get it? It doesn't come overnight. None of that ever happens. When I played professional basketball in Europe, I have a long story of things I don't have time to share on the scope. When I played professional basketball in Europe, it was the same thing. I was told no by a lot of people. All I had needed was one person to say yes. But in order for me to be able to get to that place, I had to continue to sharpen my axe. So that when I chopped down a tree, it didn't take that long. When I wrote that book in 3 months, average person can't finish a book in 3 months, can't read a book in 3 months, let alone write it. You get what I'm saying? And so, for me, sharpening my axe for 3 years allowed me to cut down my tree in 3 months. Plain and simple. There are a lot of people who have exactly what it takes. They have everything they need to succeed, and they're not pushing themselves to where they need to be, and they're not sharpening their axe. They're taking 5 hours to cut down a tree because they have a dull axe. Plain and simple. So I want you to focus on your dreams. I want you to focus on your goals. I want you to get what you need to get in your life. I want you to be happy. I want you to have prosperity. I want you to remove the anxiety. I want you to take care of your money, whatever it is. I want you to get your mission right. I want your mindset to be where it needs to be. And I also want you to get your money where it needs to be so you can continue to help the world and do what you're supposed to be doing. So I love you guys. You guys are phenomenal. You know, I hope you guys have a happy Friday. Are they cutting twigs? I love that. I love that RG letter. Yes. Are you chopping down trees or are you just cutting twigs? A lot of people cutting twigs, right? And they're not really making progress and looking back saying, I'm doing all this stuff. How come it's not working? Part of the reason is maybe part of it is time, but part of it is, do you have the right tools? Are you focused? Exactly. Is your axe sharpened? Maybe it's not. And if it's not, you're going to have some problems. I love you guys. Thank you for everything else. Again, if you want to find a copy of my book from me, it's startmeupbook.com. Mental dislocation. Oh, disallocation. I love that. Thank you so much, Kelly. I love you too. You guys are awesome. It's startmeupbook.com. To get a copy of the book, you can learn more about what I do at economics.com. Don't be scared, Brenda. I'm scared. Don't be scared. You got what it takes. You have everything you need, right? And then and a couple other scopes coming up. Have a great weekend. And a couple other scopes. I want to start answering questions about stuff. I'm going to do more theme stuff, you know, like mission, mindset, money. And we're going to have a lot more cognitive dissonance. That's awesome. Are you a psychotherapist? Are you into psychology? Yes, you are a clinical therapist. Exactly. That's why. Yes. Cognitive dissonance. I love that. I love psychology. I read a lot of psychology on my own dime. I love it. Thank you so much, Jasmine. Yes, walk through the fear. That's right. You can either walk by fear or walk by faith. Plain and simple. And you got to make a decision on which one you want. Half the people walking around this planet, half the people walking around your community, half the people walking around your block have fear. You can see it in their eyes. When you ask them questions about things that are uncertain, you see the fear in their eyes. Their pupils get small. They're freaking the hell out. Maybe they get big because they're out of worry. You see what I'm saying? You talk to somebody who has dreams, who has visions, you see the fire in their eyes light up. Every time I talk to somebody and ask them about their dreams and their goals, their eyes light up. And then all of a sudden, it closes again because they don't think it's going to work out. I'll tell you a quick story. I spoke at a Rotary Club two days ago. Amazing group of older folks. One guy I was talking to was an economist for most of his life, his career. He's probably like 60 to 70 years old. And he wants to write a novel, first novel ever. I told him because I wrote my book. And he said, well, you know, he started telling me about the characters and the ideas and stuff. And all of a sudden, like clockwork, within like 2 minutes of the story, literally like this, like all of a sudden his eyes got smaller because he said, you know what, maybe I'll never be able to do it. Started talking himself out of it. And so I had to spend the next 5 minutes reminding him why he had what it takes to do it. And you got to do the same thing to yourself. Look yourself in the mirror, cut yourself in the mirror. You have exactly what you need. Do not talk yourself out of it, right? Can't be a chicken. Exactly. Hey, chickens end up in stews. Chickens end up on tables. Do not be a chicken, right? So just remember, you have exactly what it takes. You're right, Kim. We talk ourselves out of so many things. Look at Kim as an example. Last time we had a conversation, she wasn't doing Periscope. She wasn't doing video. There's certain things. She's doing Periscope all the time. She's killing the videos on Facebook. Motivation. It looks like she's been doing it for years. Calm, peaceful. It's good. It looks amazing, right? But again, after you do a few, you get reference experience in life. That's why we cannot. Yeah, exactly. We just got to do. And when you get the reference experience from action, every time your brain starts thinking of something that's crazy, your other part of your brain says, we've done this before. What are you talking about, you idiot brain? And then it shuts up. It's exactly how it happens. If you want to get up and want to walk around, your brain's like, you can't walk. Your other part of your brain's like, you've been walking for years. Shut up. All right, you're right. Sorry. That's exactly how it is. Giving up is not an option. I love it. All right, happy Friday. Enjoy your Friday. Dominate your Friday. And keep